Hey guys, Ryzen here, back with another tutorial. This is a continuation of where we left off after we made the eyes. And today's episode will be making the hair, okay? Now, before we start the tutorial, I need you guys to check up a different tutorial which gives you V-Roid XY tool. I've linked the tutorial link, okay? It's someone else's video and go check that out so that you install this tool and it will really help you out in the long run. Okay, so yeah, I'm using this as my setup and I'll show you guys why exactly I chose to use this. Okay, so let's go ahead, hit after you download it, you can use press the tab button to hide the panel, and let's open up our model. Okay, now let it load. All right, now let's go over to hairstyle. Okay, the model hasn't loaded yet. Okay, it's finally here. Now you see, if we bring out, just give me a moment to bring out the picture. Okay, so this is the picture, right? So if you check out this picture, you see she has curly green hair, right? That's what we are gonna be making. All right. Now the one more important thing to do before actually making the hair is to set up base hair color. Okay, now to do that, uh, you head over. What's it over? Okay, now these are the hair sets. You can choose if you want. That's up to you, but we are gonna make out. Yeah. Now this is the front hair. Okay, which will show you the front side. All right, the front side. The this covers only the front side, okay, not the back side. And click on this to remove it. Then the back side, okay, so only the back side of um yeah, stuff like that. All right, now we want to first, before doing anything, we want to first go ahead and change the base hair. You go over here, this is the base hair, and I swear this is one issue that I myself have faced plenty of times. I struggled so much to find this base hair thing, how I can change this color to a different shade of color. I swear it was pretty annoying. Yeah. So what we wanna do is choose a color that matches the picture. Okay. So green will do. We can change it later on, right? But for now, let's go ahead and tell you guys why exactly I need you guys to install or have this plugin, VROI X5 tool. When you do this, when you have this installed, you have this camera option. I'm pretty sure they have, you know, discussed it um, in the tutorial link I gave you. So check that out. But anyway, you see this guide option. Go over to guide. There's a guide image. What this will do is, let me first go to my directory, copy it, and voila, the picture here tab. And why is this useful? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Well, if you have a reference image right next to the model you're currently designing, it's really helpful and in trying to mix and match. And also, as you know, I have been trying going to a different window in my Google Chrome to view the picture, or maybe go over here to view the picture. Kind of uh, annoying. Okay, so just for convenience sake, this is pretty helpful too. And this is my first time testing and I just learned it just recently. So anyway, uh as you can see, the size is pretty small, so you wanna edit that. Click on edit, okay, and you can change the position in the X position or Y position. We want it in the Y position for now. Let's increase the size a little bit. Okay, and put it like that. Okay. That should be useful. All right. I mean, it will definitely be useful for me when I'm doing this tutorial because it's pretty annoying to keep on switching tabs and viewing the image and trying to see if it matches. Okay, so let me first clear one thing first. Okay, you don't want to go, and if you're making any custom hair models, I wouldn't recommend going to overhaul because that's ultimately gonna be the final design. Okay, that's gonna be the final design, and if you try to, suppose you have the overall hair setup here, you can't choose a back hair or front hair because that's gonna completely override the overall hair, and you'll be left with this disaster. So my recommendation would be, don't do overall hair, do the front hair first and the back hair separately and join them together because that's the usual style. Okay, but if you do end up, mm, doing overall hair and maybe, suppose you made a front hair text, front hair style in an overall hair section, you can change that into a front hair. Although the problem is that you can't actually edit the texture after that. You have to first do it in over hair wherever you made it, and then change it. When you change it to front hair, it's gonna be permanent. Okay, you can't change it. I tested out myself. Can't change it. I'm gonna make a tutorial on that too because that is gonna be super darn helpful for anyone who makes beginner mistakes. Okay, so let's go ahead and teach you guys how this interface works. So as you can see, these are presets. You can choose if you like, but we are gonna make our custom model. All right. Now hit create new. Now you see it's empty right now, obviously. Click on edit texture, hair texture, and you see a freehand group and a procedural hair guides. Okay. Now freehand guides basically lets you just draw hair in freehand. Alright. That's all I can say. However, procedural hair guides, when we do add it, it will add a procedural hair. You can think of it like that, and you need to manually, you know, change the hair type. I mean, wait a minute. Why is it not showing? Ah, there it is. The control point. Um, okay, I don't really use this procedural here because um, I never use it. Okay, I'm just gonna focus on freehand. I don't really have a good explanation of procedure here, but you need to, manually, mess around with the control points, and it's a waste of time, a lot of waste of time. I mean, you can do it if you want to, but it's up to you. So we're gonna go ahead and look at what we can do. Now, these are the buttons you'll be messing around with. Selection button. Alright, you see these control points? These is the, well, let's say boundary of the mesh, of the hair mesh. Okay, this whole thing is a hair mesh, and these are the control points. You can increase the boundary size, you know, have it a little bit, you know, suppose I make a hair, as you can see, if you zoom in, it's reaching the boundary as this is the limit and can't go beyond it. So these control points are basically your limit to the boundary. Okay, you can change it later on. Don't worry. So no worries there. But keep that in mind. That's pretty important. Okay. So that's the hair mesh. Um, you can either move the hair mesh if you want to. I mean, yeah, and then rotate it and resize it. Okay, simple stuff. I think you can just now become I just yeah. Anyway, that's about it. Okay. Now the main part we'll be focusing on is the brush tool and freehand tool. Okay. Now what this brush tool will do is draw a freehand hair. Okay, something like that. Okay. Now we are gonna try and match it with this. Wait a minute. Why is this in the picture? And ah, okay. Now if you see this, we might want to flip that actually. How do you flip that? Don't know how to flip that. Okay, let's see. Rotation maybe? Ah, there it is. Okay. Uh, we learn something new every day. See? Mess around with the Y rotation and then it's back to normal. Alright? Now, let's go ahead and show you guys how you can draw the hair. Okay? So you see this? You're gonna try and match it with the pick. Alright? Um, Normally you'd start off from the top, but you can start from the bottom as well because let's just start with the top. Okay, I mean she's wearing a hat, and if you want to, good. Um, let's see. This one is just a frontal hairdo, so it won't really matter. See, not doing well. Okay, this is close enough. All right, now this is what we call the one strand of hair. Not a one strand of hair, but pretty sure there are multiple strands of hair in that hair. But you don't have to bother with that. What you have to bother with is the material. So this, as you can see, is color right now, and we can change the color of the material. All right. Now I need you guys to uncheck main color as well as highlight color. Okay, we are gonna add our own highlights here. All right. Now click on edit texture and let's start coloring. Okay, can we pick this like this? I think so. Yeah, we could. Let's see. Ah, see, this is already proving helpful. Yeah? Pretty good, right? This tool. All right, let's go ahead and color pick or this. All right. Now after I use the color pick. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, just increase the brush width, and every anime hairstyle is of one color, and we are gonna be coloring each strand of hair with every strand of hair you see, or every group or whatever you call it, will be having a different material. That's how I'm gonna be showing you guys. Okay, so okay, now one thing you'll notice is that I'm focusing on the middle part for now. I'm drawing the middle part, so it doesn't really match up right now, right? So the most recommended option would be to go ahead and draw the texture over on the hair, not over here, because you don't know where it will be. Yeah. So yeah, but before we do that, we wanna first decrease the width texture parameter, decrease the width, okay, and um, just 1 minute, okay. Let me just save it. Okay, let's rename it. All right, now you see that there are no borders, right? And we want to change that. How do we change that? Let's go over to the look option and increase the outline width. Okay, what this will do is give it a little bit more anime aesthetic. Okay, Um, yeah, just to show a little bit of difference, but don't add too much. Okay, don't want that. Maybe this much is fine for now. I just want a distinction just so it looks fine. All right. Now, let's go ahead and start, editing. So this one is a little bit messy, right? We wanna change it to be a little bit curly. Okay. Now there are a few options here and there, but we wanna first go to the control points, and when you click on control points, make sure you have the hair selected, hair one, all right. And what this will do is change where it's located. Okay. So just adjust it like that. You can make it even longer if you wish. Up to you. I mean, I'm gonna do it now. And like this. Mm, just to make it a little bit more curly. Okay? That's all. Now, there's one more thing. This one seems a little bit too huge and curved, right? That's what anyone would notice. So you see this option in hair parameters. Under hair parameters, you can change the position of X and Y, but I don't really touch that because I, I mean, I just make sure that wherever I draw the hair strand, it it's always correct, so that I don't have to mess around with these options. So that's pretty annoying. Anyway, this is the width, so we can change size and the thickness. Now the thickness, you'll see there's nothing going on. See that? That's there. That's the thing. Okay. We don't want it to be too thick. I mean, this default one is fine. Right? Now let's just. I mean, this one is fine. Let's go ahead and see if I'm missing anything. Like this. Okay. This one seems good. Yeah, this one seems close enough. All right. Now, there are a few more parameters we can do. Now, the best one, or you see this twist intensity, it basically twists the hair. Okay, very useful stuff. And then twist placement, you can do mess around with that if you need. And this smoothness, okay, basically makes your hair smooth. Now, you don't want to go above 40 because that's gonna add a lot of polygons. Okay, a lot. And if you add a lot of polygons, it's gonna make rendering very, 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 very difficult. Okay, you don't want to go around that. You just keep it as it is. Okay, I don't really bother with the smoothness. Okay, because I don't see much difference, but maybe it does have some difference. Now the next part, you see this. Now, okay, now look at the model, okay? Look at the model. Zoom in on her entirely. Now you see this part area? It's pointy, isn't it? Yep, it's pointy. Yeah? And you see on our model, it's not pointy in the end. I mean, not very sharpy, okay? Now you see this, control points over here, this, you know, some kind of line graph. You don't have to have some basic, some knowledge of mathematics or anything. Just mess around with this, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys. So you see this thing. Okay, this is totally pointy. That's totally fine, but we want to make it a little bit more pointy. So uh, you see this thing in the end, this one. If I move it up a little bit, the width increases. All right. I mean, yeah, the width increases basically, and when I put it all the way to the down, it's pointy. Now make it a little bit more by controlling the second one. and you see it, getting better. And then you mess around with the others as well. Let's see. Mm, I think this much is fine. And then maybe a little bit goatee in the end, and this one should be this much, I think. Yeah, this much is fine. All right. So that's the important stuff. Okay, that's gonna help you actually, make the hair strand look exactly like you want it to be. All right. Just add in. It's basically mess around. All right. Now you see this materials tab here. Okay. I don't know why there are two materials added. I never did that, but I think it comes with default. And yeah. So you see this material. This is the strand of hair whose material is selected this. If this is highlighted, that means this material is used on this hair. All right. Now, don't worry if it looks brownish, even though this one looks greenish, because if you check edit texture, it's totally green. All right. So don't worry about that. All right. Now, let's go ahead and try to add some outlines. Okay. Actually, the picture quality when I added the added the image into the right, as you can see, it's not very good. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out my phone. I mean, my phone to reference and see the image properly. The quality isn't nice for some reason. That's kind of weird. Hmm. Maybe I should check this out. Why the quality of the image isn't high. But yeah, we it does cause some problems. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to check this out. 1 minute. All right, I do apologize for the delay, but I don't. I mean, I paused the video. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So, the one I linked in the drive actually wasn't having a good quality image. So I'm gonna update that, and this will be the new one. This is much higher quality, as you can see. Very fancy, right? So I'm gonna first remove this, delete, add guide image. Okay, it seems this is an this is an if you check the properties, it's an WEBP. Okay, I need to first change that. Give me a sec. Okay. I kind of converted the image, and now let's go ahead and import a new image, which will be much higher quality. Let's set it, okay, change. All right. Now this brings up a lot of opportunities. Okay, let's go ahead and the first. I mean, okay. Now position the image such that when you go to edit texture, you can directly click on the you know color picker to pick the color. Okay, so let's see. Let me bring this a little bit down, I guess. All right, let's go ahead and start editing. All right. So for the first one, you see this color. Pick this. I'm gonna draw over on here. All right. Very simple stuff. As you can see, it's already looking quite good, right? Okay, one thing I noticed after actually increasing the quality is that has, she has, one strand like this and the other one like this. Okay, keep that in mind. So, Let me just color as much as I can before I. Okay. Actually, let's make another head. Let's go ahead and create another hairstyle. Like, oh, sheesh, my bad. I chose the retouch button for my mistake. The brush tool. Alright. Okay. Now this one for this guy, different material. Alright. Choose a different material. Hmm. And why isn't the thing changing? What the heck? Ah, I forgot. It has to be in selection. That's it. Okay, now there's something I've noticed. Okay, while you're in brush tool and you draw the hair thing. Okay, you can't just change materials while you're in brush tool, brush mode. Okay, you have to go to selection, select the hair, and choose the material. So go over to the hair tool and select the other material. All right. I find that pretty problematic, honestly. But yeah. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's the one of the things I noticed. I kind of forgot. Okay. All right. Let's just color this out. Don't worry, we are not gonna use any external softwares like uh, Photoshop or stuff like that for making the hair textures. All right. So yeah. All right. Now, as you can see, this thing is kind of overlapping this thing, and we want to first go ahead and change a little bit of something. Actually, first we are gonna decrease the width, then decrease this. Okay. Not that high. Okay. Okay, now as you can see, this thing is above this hair, right? We want to make this strand of hair go on top of the thing. So we will be changing that momentarily. First, let's change the control point. Just match it with whatever. Take it slow, okay? There's no rush in designing stuff like these, okay? Just take your time. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, you know what? Okay, let's select this hair. We gotta decrease the width. Since we now know that this thing has to be around half between the outline, okay? You see this middle outline? I hope you guys can follow it. Just decrease the width, telling you. And then I guess this is where I need to use the move tool, or you can use the X parameter. So, okay. Yeah, like this. Okay. Hmm. Let's go ahead and change the control points. Can I add more control? I don't know how to add it, honestly. I don't. But hey, we can try to add one from here. Now you see, we can add a control point, another control point. So at the moment you see there are one, two, three, four, five control points. Let me show you. This is one, two, three, four, five, six. Oh, I must have six or what the one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Seven. Yeah, I must have missed. Have I missed it? Oh, I don't know. No, I think I have not missed that. I don't know how, but hmm, let me see. I myself haven't have no idea how to add more control points. But, hey, just work with it, I guess. Click on hold down the control button and click on the right mouse button. Oh, sorry, the left mouse button, and you create another control point. Okay. Right now there were seven, right? One, two, three, four, five. Oh god, I don't know. Sorry, my bad. I must have been trying to do stuff, but as you can see, you can literally, after you create the control point, you can mess around with it manually from here. Okay, so that's enough about the explanation. Honestly, I don't want to mess around too much. Let's go ahead and increase this thing too. This one is over the top, right? Now, how do I know if it's over the top? Pretty easy. Go over here, do this, and if this thing actually overlaps or makes it so that the other other hair strand is covered in the back, that means this hair is above it. Okay? Now we want it to be below it. All right. Now that's where the move tool comes into play. Let's select the move tool. It's not working. Wait a minute. Oh, don't tell me the move tool only works. Ah, sheesh. This is where I learned. Oh, okay. All right. Now, a new info. Move tool only works for freehand groups and not individual hairs. I had no idea. Okay. So anyway, I guess we need to mess around with the hair parameters. So just decrease it. Sheesh. Why am I messing around with the y-axis? The x-axis. Or wait a minute. This is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. What? Ah, I get it now. Let me see. Okay. Control points. I think we need to do it manually like this. Is it? No. So not true. Hmm. Let's see. How exactly do I do this? Huh? Give me a moment. You know what? Screw this. Okay. I've got an idea actually. You see, these individual hair strands are actually bonded, okay? What that means is that if you select this hair group and go to selection, you see they're bonded and not allowed to go further. That means we need to manually choose the, control the control points and do it like that. Okay? I mean, why didn't I figure that out before? All right, let's go ahead and try to do stuff with it. So now, what the? Why is the other hair getting affected? Okay, control point. Now we can control it. Okay. New info again. When you're messing around with the hair strands, you don't want to go to selection and use your control points because that's gonna be the control points of the mesh actually, and not the hair. You see the control points over the hair strand? That's actually not the control points of the hair itself. It's the control point of the hair mesh, okay? Not the hair, okay? I mean hair one. That's what I'm talking about, okay? Make sense? Now, to the individual, I mean, I have to, but it looks so wobbly and totally imperfect, right? But I think I have successfully made it above the hair strand somehow because if I have I? No, I haven't. Let me first go to camera view and go to the left option. About. Okay, let's. Why can't I control that hair? Is that like constant? I feel like it is. Oh boy, you're kidding me, right? That one is constant. Okay, I might have to delete that one. Okay, delete it. The problem was, you see, before when I was, drawing the hair strand, you saw that there were extra control points, right? So, and one of those I actually couldn't move. So, yeah, that's the problem. But we're gonna go ahead and make new hair strands. Okay, go to tab out, frontal, tab in out again, and let's see. We're gonna make this again, right? Let's see. Is this fine now? No, it's not. Oh, it's because of the hair mesh. Okay, you just have to bring this a little bit down. Honestly. Okay, this one is sticking out too too much with the skin, so make sure you don't do too much. Change that, right? Why did I even bother making this one again? Let's undo this part and bring the whole thing back. Alright. Okay. Let's fix this one. So hmm, it's not looking good, man. Let me just undo everything, okay? Alright. Now we are back over here, right? Okay. Let's just, ignore everything with done. I mean, not ignore everything, but I make mistakes sometimes too. Yeah. It's not like I'm not making mistakes. So make sure to rename all these materials just for friends. Okay, we're gonna name you frontier one, and let's go ahead and edit the texture. All right, whatever problem we face, we'll fix it momentarily when we face it. All right, let's go ahead and color it on the top of this hair. I hope I picked the color. No, let's pick the color. Alright, now one thing you'll notice, if I try to draw it over here, it won't draw because I selected the hair one first and I'm drawing it over the hair one material. Okay, so keep that in mind and you won't be able to, draw all of the textures in one go. That's something I noticed when I was, learning stuff. But here we are. Let's go ahead and try to draw as much as possible. Okay. Okay, there's one issue. To see that outline, it needs to be a little bit big. Let me first change that outline, right? So we just have to change the I think it was zero. Okay. Better to make a new control point. Hmm. What's the readable? This one, right? Ah, it's because this thing is way too large, right? That's why. Okay. We need to change the girth a little bit too. By girth, I mean the actual width, okay? Hair parameters, change the width a little bit. Okay. What am I doing? Can't I change the width so that one side is affected and not the other? It's doing it equivalently. I don't like that. Hmm. Is there a way to change it though? Well, I don't really know. So yeah. Maybe we should just leave it like this. No, we won't leave it like this. We're gonna try and make it better. Okay. Mostly you would see that this much should be the outline, right? This much outline should be visible. Okay. But the problem is now this has become shrunk. And so let's try adding this, adding a little bit of that. Oh sheesh. I don't think this will be this hard. Honestly. Or maybe we can just change the spacing a little bit. Okay, let's make it this much. Okay. I have an idea. So I basically made it so I can change affect the outline by having this change, and I'm moving it over on the left side so that I can bring in this outline over like this. Okay, let me show you. Uh, Too many control points it seems. It's my first time making a gold model, so I don't have any experience beforehand. So yeah, but I did make hair before. So shouldn't make excuses like that. Anyway, oh, let's see. Let's reduce that thing. Reduce you. Let's make it like this. This. Let me just check, okay? Okay. Now the outline is a little bit more visible. That's good, right? Now I want to cover it a little bit. Change it like this. Boom. Okay, like this, okay? Now we want another control point over here. So we want to first create another control point. I think this will do. No, this won't do. My bad. Um, okay, this much outline is fine. Now we just have to affect this. Okay, now you see that it's going down, right? Don't worry about it. We can actually change it pretty easily, in fact, like this. See? Okay, just cover it up for now. I'm gonna show you. Okay. Oh, this actually matches what oh sure. You see this? They're gonna bring this thing down. Bring this down, and now let's see. Ooh, okay. So far so good. Looking good, right? Yeah. We, however, should increase the girth a little bit here. So go to selection again. Am I going too fast? I think I'm going too fast here. No, not this way. My bad. This one. Yeah, this one should be fine. That's another control point just to make it a little bit sharper, right? Um, because I added another control point, it seems thing got that got outdone that outline. Okay, so make sure to you see the outline we added before in the looks category. As you remember, the hair outline. You wanna every hair strand will now have an outline. Okay, because of what changes we made back. Okay. Now, after doing that, since each of the hair strands actually has an outline now, we are actually affecting the making, overlapping effect here. So this outline is at the top. Okay, let me see. Let me show you. Now you see this hair strand, this lower part here is a little bit down on the z-axis. I'm pretty sure this is the z-axis. Okay, okay. Just so you guys know, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and this right here, which we affected just now, is the z-axis, which we affected using the control points. All right. Now with the control points, you can move the hair strand a little bit down. Okay, and then over here, since it, you know, after moving it down, it does get affected because you're affecting in 3D space. You have to go over to the y-axis again to bring it back up like this. Okay, now you can affect the outline like this, hide stuff and stuff like that. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't know how best to explain it. And it seems the video has gone far too long already. But let me first show you how I texture it first, okay? So this one, alright. Let me omit that. It's the first time I'm using the omit word like this. So yeah. Anyway, select the color, and now let's let's stare at her. I would recommend having this picture right beside you in a phone as well if you find it difficult using this reference. Okay, I'm just using the reference so that I make the right shapes, right hair strand shapes. Okay, and make no errors in picking out the right colors. Okay, so that it matches. Now let's I don't know why I keep doing that, but okay, here we go. So let's go ahead and texture it. Okay, this one is a little bit dirty. We're in the middle side, right? Now we want to follow the outline and match it. Okay, now the next problem issue. Wait a minute. First, let me color this lower part here. I'm actually looking at the picture on my phone as well, just for reference. See if I can, make it accurate. Hmm. Okay, zoom in. I mean, I really don't care if I can't see the model now because I'm looking at it from my phone. Okay. So you can use any preference you wish so that you can make the model as good as possible. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. I'm just saying, if you want it to be perfect or want an exact match, you wanna focus on trying to making it. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Just ignore me. Uh, let's see. Let's just erase this part. Right. One thing you'll notice about anime hairstyles is that all of them have like a same base color, and over it we have some aesthetic outlines. Okay. Now that's how it works basically. If you make it too detailed, that's gonna be like more like a 3D model, or than a, I don't know what I'm saying, but basically if you want to make it more anime like, you have to focus on just one color, and then over the top you select only a few highlight colors. Okay, like this dark green that I chose because she has dark green. So yeah. Let me just quickly finish this up. Let's see. Oh, this is where the outline ends. Hmm. Okay. I do apologize if my avatar actually comes close to the camera because I'm trying to focus here. Okay. You guys do your own thing. I am gonna link up all of these except for the model. Okay, I'm because I want you guys to try it on your own and learn. Okay. If I just give away the model, that's gonna be like. I mean, I'm also working hard to make this model, okay? So I don't want it to be free. But I'm gonna link all of the materials, like the hair texture, as well as the. No, not the hair texture. I think you should learn it on your own from how I am doing it. And then stuff like stuff like that, okay? I mean, yeah, sure, I can link up the hair texture as well if you guys need it. But hey, let me know if you guys need it in the comment section down below. All right. Okay. Now the one thing I'm missing right now is making it covering this thing. So let me just increase the size. It has to be triangly. Yeah. Ah. All right. Let me choose the eraser here. Wait a minute. Why do I? Ah, sheesh. Okay. Now there is a mistake I made. You remember how I, you know, focus things on layers in the last video of eye textures? You gotta do that here as well. Okay. Now if you head over here, you see there are layers. Okay. Create new layer, and affect the stuff here. Now, if you somehow forgot about this thing, this layer tabs, and like me, and started drawing over on the same layer, and you are using the eraser tool, and you see there are textures missing, what this will eraser tool will do is basically erase the whole hair itself, and the skin gets exposed. Okay, you want to avoid that. So the most easy fix is that you just pick the boundary color and color it up like this. Okay, let me do that since I'm doing it in the same layer. Okay, yeah, I totally forgot about that. I'm sorry. That's the most important rule, or most important quota we follow during texturing hairs in Vroid. So yeah, now I'm not gonna make a mistake and actually color it like so. Wait a minute. Like this. No. Okay, let me just try to match it. Maybe somewhere here. Let me reduce the width a little bit. I'm just gonna draw this. Okay. Now the other stuff I try to draw the outline. Okay, this one I need to erase. I am looking at my phone right now for, I'm saying this again, I'm looking at my phone. So this is no way gonna help you. If you are using the tool that I recommended at the starting of the video, it's only gonna be helpful for actually matching the hair strand shape and for color picking. Okay, so it's no way gonna be, I won't say you should rely on it to, I mean, you can rely on it to do the stuff like this, I mean, from afar, but I don't really like doing things from afar, so I'm doing it like this. Just a matter of preference. It's up to you. Let's see this one. Let me erase that. Made a mistake there actually, and color pick this one again. From here, let's go ahead and color this one. And all right, now there's an issue, and that issue is probably gonna be the hair girth. Okay, let me show you. First, I'm gonna color this up. All right, now see. You see, this part over here is a little bit too wide when it comes to this one. So we want to reduce that. So we're gonna go over here. I think it was this one. Wait a minute. Let me see. This one, right? Yeah, the middle one. Yeah, like this. My bad. Okay. Does this sound fine now? I hope so. Yeah, this one seems better now. Okay. Now, do make sure to get used to the settings because I myself it took a while to get used to the settings here. Okay. So, let's see. There's a protruding thing going on there. I forgot. Color pick. Okay, we can't go beyond here, I think. That's it for this hairstyle, I think. Yeah. I mean, we should have actually gone from the top. Okay. let's go ahead and increase the control point like this. Nah, now it won't even make sense, right? Yeah, I mean the hair design will get a little bit wobbly. So, okay. Let's think. Nah, you know what? Never mind. Let's keep it as it is for now. Okay, it's totally fine. We can just add in more hair to cover things up. Okay, let me see. All right, let's edit this one now. Okay, I'm gonna start editing here. Right here. Do I have it? Okay. Okay, now I don't know how to make it, pointy, but you have to do it with the eraser tool. Okay, I forgot again. Create a new layer and do it on top of it so that you don't actually affect the one you're trying to draw. Why can't I? What the? Why am I not able to color it now? Oh, it's because this thing is behind, isn't it? Okay, now you see when I try to do this part isn't getting color. It's because this hair strand is behind the first one. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. So let's try to just match it a little bit and then go over here and just make it pointy. That's really all you need to do. That's it. And go over back to this texture, edit it. What's going on? I'm not able to color this thing. Oh, okay. Maybe it belongs to the other hair strand. That's why. Well, that makes sense. Wait a minute. Wrong hair. Just color this one. Alright? I mean, even if you can't see it, I mean, you can see it, but if you are having difficulty, you can try testing it out here. Okay? So, yeah. Let's see this one. A little bit like this. Okay. That's really all about I do, really. Just add in colors to, match it. And if it seems a little bit too weird, I mean, it's not boxy, right? So make it boxy. That's really all you need. Wait a minute. You can just color this one. Okay? Pretty simple stuff, really. It's not really simple at first, honestly. But, okay. I think I made the hair a little bit longer than I supposed to, but, look, I'm not trying to make a perfect one. I'm just trying to do things. Okay. all you have to do is color it. Okay. If you want, you can make your own custom hair textures pretty easily in Photoshop, but they won't be like, you know, if you're trying to replicate some kind of 3D model, I mean, or maybe a 3D model of pic of an anime character, you might wanna have the things going forward with Vroid textures, because you will be messing around with a lot of hair textures if you wanna make it a lot anime like. Okay. Alright. Boom. Now as you can see, since the hair strand is behind it, it's not getting affected. Alright. Okay. Poof. Let's add the highlights now. I mean, okay. We should rename this. Highlights. Okay. Now, okay, let me just show you. Oh boy, this is pretty tense. You see these white outlines? That's the thing we're gonna make. Okay. So let's go over here. You don't need to do it in highlights tab. It really doesn't matter. Just choose a white color. And then turn down the turn down the brush thingy and just color it. That's it. If you want, you can try and let's see. What does darken do? Nothing. Guess we just put in a default. Huh. Alright. Whoa. It's not actually. Never mind. Just put it in default. Really doesn't matter. Oh, my bad. It should be over on top of your thing. And then after I make this one, this hair strand, I'm gonna end this video. This will be like a 3-part thing because, you know, in I had to explain how exactly you need to do the stuff, navigate stuff, right? It will be pretty very tedious if you try to replicate every step I make. Okay, so I recommend you to just watch the video, you know, try to learn the tricks, tips and tricks. I myself am learning in between. Okay, so I'm not perfect at it. Okay, you can criticize me all you want. I'm not perfect at it. It's something I picked up very recently. Okay, just want to share it because I just wanna help out people who are suffering like me. That's it. Oosh. Okay, what's this now? We gotta make that thing a little bit more, right? I forgot. Highlights. Don't make a mistake I made, okay? Rely on layers. Make as many layers as you want. Doesn't really matter. It can be 10, 20, whatever. I think there is a limit, but I don't think there is a limit for hair textures for them. Hair layers, but there is a limit to other stuff we'll see later on. How many layers you can have, but for hair textures, go as many layers as you want for suitability, and go crazy with the colors. You know, that's the important part. I'm gonna go ahead and color, please color a little bit, okay? Because you know, it's not actually matching. And then erase it. Boom. Yeah, Nani. I'm actually very. when I wanted to make tutorials. It was for me as well because sometimes when I get stuck, it's so damn hard to find tutorials out online, and it wastes a lot of time, a lot of time is wasted. So I'm making my own tutorials so that I can myself, you know, refer to it whenever I'm stuck. Okay. Maybe I can, learn some in the future. Maybe I can learn some stuff from my past self because that sounds pretty cool. Okay. It seems the layer, this one, is not exactly good. Let's go ahead and reset. Okay. Go back to front view. Color it. Ah, sheesh, what a drag. Alright. Let's see. A little bit like this. Alright. These things takes time, okay? So take your time. For me, I think while making this video, it took like 1 hour, and most of the time was wasted in trying to explain stuff because these things are pretty important. The basics are pretty important to get used to first, and then we need to actually go with the advanced stuff, right? So let me just color it over here. Make it straight. Wait a minute. I think it's already straight. We just have to cover this part and then remove this thing. Ah, it's in here, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, that was pretty easy, right? No, it's not easy. I'm telling you. The best way to get used to stuff and actually try to imagine stuff like that, how you can color stuff, get ideas of how you want to make models, is to watch as many animes as possible, honestly, because that really helped me. Sheesh. All right, let's color this. Boom. All right, let me just erase some part. I don't know why I'm trying to make it exact, even though it doesn't have to be exact. All right. So yeah, I think I'll end this episode off right here. Okay, and in the next episode, we'll be going full throttle with the front hair. Okay, and then in the later episode, we'll be covering the back hair. Okay, so I'm gonna end this episode off right here, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. All right, see ya.